Hi, this is Matt Yetter with Sherlock Home Inspections. Phone number is 971-212-7481. Website address yourinspectionneeds.com. Today's date is Thursday, October 31st, 2019, Halloween. The address we're inspecting today is 385 West Clackamas Boulevard, Gladstone, Oregon, 97027. We are about to perform a video inspection of the property's main sewer line through the front yard exterior clean out. The equipment being used today is the ViewTech self-leveling HD colored video inspection camera. This is one of the best cameras in the market today. Before we begin this video inspection, it's to be noted that some H sewer pipes made of clay, concrete, cast iron, asbestos, and Orangeburg may be in good working order and may never have had a clogged or sewer backup before. However, due to real estate transactions, attorneys, and lawsuits, Sherlock Home Inspections must recommend the following to meet the current codes. All sewer pipes should be watertight, made out of cast iron, ABS, 3034, or HDPE pipe with all appropriate fittings and couplers. All sewer pipes should be free from breaks, offsets, separations, tree roots, bellies, and party sewers. Sherlock Home Inspections recommends replacing any sewer pipe that does not meet these specifications. Here we go. We are in 4-inch ABS plastic drain piping. We are running some water from the first floor half bathroom sink to ensure that our pipe is watertight and is going to remain watertight throughout this inspection. We're seeing a little bit of leveling here, and so we started, and you could see the change in the water. We had a pretty nice strong downhill flow to start, and then as we get there you can see the ripples, and that's where things change. At about 5 feet the pipe levels a bit, and we're hoping as we make this turn it changes, starts heading back downhill real strongly, and away we go. So let's see what happens. And yeah, that's kind of what happens there. So not a bad idea as precaution to have a sewer scope performed periodically to keep an eye on that area. So there's just probably about 8 feet of a little bit of leveling. We're just not quite pitched as strongly as everything else that we've seen in that. Here it is happening again. So at about 24 feet, the pipe bellies out. So again, pretty flat here. And then it looks like it improves. So a couple areas of marginal pitch for sure. We would recommend having a sewer scope performed. Unless we see something any worse than that, we'd recommend having a sewer scope performed every 2 to 3 years to keep an eye on leveling. If additional leveling happens in this pipe, then certainly some repair may be required here in the future to re-slope or re-pitch this pipe. Yeah, you can see we just kind of have a marginal pitch. Not the strongest pitch in the world. A little bit level, a little bit flat. Here we look pretty good. And we're losing it again, unfortunately. So the pipe bellies there. Again, so water bellies. This is that nice strong pitch we were hoping for throughout the length of everything.
Having fun? Driving the sewer stove?
And so we've seen marginal pitch kind of throughout the pipe. Here we're seeing a little bit of that leveling again. And so we've had a couple very minor, but water bellies, and then a couple areas of just marginal pitch. So it's just not a real strong downhill flow that we're hoping to see throughout the length of all of this. Not terrible, but just a little bit of marginal pitch kind of throughout. And so again, we would highly recommend having a sewer scope performed every 2 to 3 years, and what we're looking for is additional leveling happening in the house with the amount of rain that happens. Pipes could level out more, and then of course some repair may be required here in the future to re-slope or re-pitch this pipe. They just didn't get it in, unfortunately, with a real strong pitch. You almost have to kind of overdo the pitch in the beginning because of the amount of rain that happens here.
Yeah.
You expect a little bit of leveling, and then you still have a strong pitch. There you can see we're losing the pitch again. And so what happens when you have the kind of level pitch, you have tendency for buildup to happen around the sides and bottom of the pipe. So we're seeing some of that buildup that's happening. So you flush the toilet and the debris hits this water, the standing water, and then it just slows. And that's how you get that buildup in those areas. So again, just marginal pitch. We're draining, but just not real convincing or strong. And it's been like that in about 3 separate areas. Camera head never was completely submerged in water, so it's more of a marginal pitch into maybe very minor water bellies as opposed to a full-on water belly. There's 120 feet.
How far are you going?
As soon as we hit the lateral, we should know here in a second. There's a manhole cover in the driveway. I'm guessing that's going to be the end of our responsibility. Probably right up here. See again that we just have a kind of flat piping all throughout. So this may be that cover out there, is what I'm guessing. 160 feet. Transition here. So this signifies the transition between the private builder's material and the city branch piping. So we're about to enter in the city branch piping. This also signifies the transition in pipe sizes. We're going from a 4-inch pipe into a much larger pipe. City lateral there at that point. We'll take it a little bit further just to ensure. All right, so we'll call it at 189 feet. So like I mentioned, we start with a pretty strong flow, and then we transition into several areas of marginal pitch. Pipe goes kind of flat. We're going to also turn off the water just to kind of see what happens in these areas of marginal pitch with the water out. What we're hoping is any of the standing water that was in those areas just kind of drains out the minute the water's turned off. So we'll turn off the water, we'll let it all drain out of this pipe, and then we'll evaluate the pipe again on the pullback. But again, we would highly recommend having a sewer scope performed every 2 to 3 years, just keeping an eye on things. And I think being realistic, having to go into this knowing that if additional pipe leveling happens in the future, when we come back to do the sewer scope again, certainly some repairs may be required here in the future to repitch or reslope this pipe. It's just under about 200 feet of responsibility in the sewer pipe, and so pretty long pipe. And again, just keeping an eye on things. as of right now, it does appear to be in working condition. But like I said, we're going to drain out the pipe and we're going to look at it again on the way back.